guys, Paigesugarbutts here and welcome back to another video. And today I wanted to talk about yet another random horror game. You know me, I love talking about my random horror games. So here's another one. Today we're going to talk about an older one, which was actually originally on the DS, but recently, like about a few years ago, they put it on the Switch as well, which is awesome, which is Dementium the Ward. Yeah, this game originally came out, I believe, in like 2007 on the DS, which is like kind of crazy that they like came out with a horror game on the DS. And I believe originally this game was supposed to be made into a Silent Hill game on the DS, which like would have been freaking awesome. I wish we would have gotten that too. Like, why couldn't we get Dementium the Ward and a Silent Hill game on the DS? But whatever. But yeah, this game was actually really cool. I liked it a lot. Unfortunately, I didn't get to play it on the original DS back in the day. I think little Kitty Paige would have been way too scared back then anyway. But yeah, so recently I played it on my Switch and I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was cool. I didn't know what to expect for like a DS game that's horror, like M for mature. Like, I thought that was kind of wild, but it was actually like a pleasant surprise. I enjoyed it a lot. Obviously it isn't going to be like world's best horror game or anything like that. It was pretty simplistic, obviously, but I think for what they could do with the technology, it was actually like really impressive and really cool. Obviously you had like your little flashlight you would go around with, and you know, you would find weapons like guns and a police baton and just stuff like that. And you know, the combat wasn't like anything amazing. I mean, you just kind of shoot at enemies and that was that. But you know, it was cool for what it could do. The monster design was really cool. I enjoyed a lot of the monsters, of course, even though they couldn't be super highly detailed. I thought for what they could do, I thought it was really cool. Like, there was like these zombie guys with like a burst open chest, and then there's like little insects and bugs, your typical like horror game monster. But then there's also like these screaming lady heads. They like freaked me out. You would just like hear them in the distance like screaming, and then out of nowhere they'd be like, ah, and like come toward you. It was like crazy. I hated them. I hated them so much. And yeah, there was just like some really creative enemies in this game. I liked them a lot, and just there was like blood everywhere. Like, it was just a really cool environment. Waking up like in this ward, like, it was crazy. I don't know, I liked it. And it did obviously give like Silent Hill vibes, since it was initially going to be a Silent Hill DS game. So I thought that was pretty cool, because obviously I love all things Silent Hill and all things inspired by Silent Hill. So I thought that was really cool. But it was definitely still its own thing. Like, you could tell it was inspired by Silent Hill, but it wasn't like, oh, this is obviously like a Silent Hill ripoff, because it really wasn't. It was definitely like its own thing, which I really like, because it's really sad when you can tell a game is obviously just like we're ripping off another game. But I like that it was its own thing. The story wasn't anything too crazy, but for what it was, I liked it. It was spooky and, you know, trying to save this chick throughout the game. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, so there wasn't a lot of story. You would just kind of find notes like you do in typical horror fashion, and just kind of explore the environment, kill monsters. Like I said, not anything crazy, but for what it was a lot of fun. And I don't know, it's cool. I liked it. I'm really happy I was able to play it on my Switch, because honestly, I don't know if I would have ever been able to play it on the DS, because it went up like a lot in price, obviously, because you know us survival horror fans, we go nuts for like, you know, any survival horror game, especially if it does half decent. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. I think a second one came out, if I'm not mistaken, so maybe I'll have to get to that one at some point, because I've never played that one. But yeah, I did enjoy the first one, and if you do want to experience it, I do recommend downloading it on Switch. It's usually only like 20 bucks, and then you can get it on sale, which I believe I did. I paid like 7 bucks or something like that for it. So yeah, I think it's worth just to check out if you don't want like a super complicated horror game. Like I said, it's not anything crazy like these newer horror games coming out. But if you want just kind of like a blast from the past, and like, I don't know, just a reminder of like old school like horror games, I thought it was cool. I thought it was a lot of fun. Very simplistic, but very good in what it did. I thought it was cool. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say about Dementium the Ward. Just check it out if you want a simple horror game that is fun, and it's not too long either, so you know, you could like beat it in like a day or two if you really wanted to. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.